start in a comfortable seat. Sits bones sitting nice and even, letting knees relax, feet rest, arms resting on your legs, supporting the upper body, and just taking a nice deep inhale in through the nose and out through the nose. With every inhale, filling up the entire upper body, expanding the belly, the chest, the lungs, the collarbones, and exhaling completely out in reverse through the chest, the belly, bringing the belly button in. Taking a few more deep breaths just like that, expanding the side body, the back body, front body, and exhaling completely down, bringing that belly button in. Next inhale, sweep the arms up overhead, palms to touch at the top. Exhale, bring hands down to heart center. Pause here for a moment of intention, taking a nice deep breath again into the belly. Exhale, releasing all the way out. Go ahead and walk your hands forward, taking a little bit of a forward fold, pausing for a moment so you can connect those sits bones, hips reaching back as you walk the hands forward. Taking a pause to breathe. Exhale, folding forward a little bit further, releasing the head and the neck. Take 2 deep inhales and exhale. And on your next inhale, walk your hands forward. Pausing and taking yourself up into tabletop. So the feet come back, knees come directly under the hips, hands directly under the shoulders, pressing through the palms evenly. And then taking a nice inhale to lift up, open the chest, head comes up, tailbone comes up. As you exhale, press through the hand palms, separate the shoulder blades, curling the tailbone under for cat. Again, inhale, head lifts slightly, opening up through the front body, chest, heart opens, tailbone lifts, belly hangs naturally. Exhale, down, chin tucking to chest, curl the tailbone under, pressing through the hand palms, separating the shoulder blades. Inhale, shoulder blades come onto the back, head lifts. A few more just like that, opening up your spine, warming up the upper back, mid back, low back. Breathing into it, keeping that movement with the breath. Inhale and exhale down. Go ahead and curl the toes under. Stick the tailbone up into the air for your first downward dog, pressing the heart center towards the knees. Walking the dog, bending one knee at a time. Really pressing through the heels towards the mat, opening up the back body. Allowing the neck to hang, maybe taking a deep inhale through the nose and exhale, letting it out through the mouth. Go ahead and root through that left foot. Inhale, the right foot lifts up for a 3-legged dog. Open up, stack the hips so that right foot comes down, knee sticks up into the air. Take a few breaths here, pressing through the right palm. Take an inhale to bring the hips squared. Exhale, bring the right foot back down to meet the left. Taking an inhale and exhale with both feet down, rooting through the right foot. Inhale, the left foot coming up for 3-legged dog on the other side. Stack the hips, bring that foot behind you. Opening up the hips on the left side, pressing through that left palm. Take a deep breath. Inhale to stack, bring the hips back to center. Exhale, release the left foot coming down. Inhale forward for a plank, tucking the tailbone slightly, curling the belly button in. Exhale, press back, downward dog. 2 more times. Inhale, forward for plank. Exhale, press back, down dog. Last one. Inhale, forward for plank. Exhale, press back, down dog. Very nice. Now, as you take a nice deep inhale and exhale, bring the knees down as wide as the mat. We're going to come into an active child's pose. So fingertips pressing down, palms lifted, elbows lifted. Press the tailbone back towards your heels, allowing the heart center to come down towards the mat first, bringing the shoulder blades back onto the back body, maybe resting the head down on the mat. Just take one big inhale into the back. Exhale down a little bit further. On your next inhale, sweep yourself up for a cow. Exhale, curl the toes under, press back, down dog. Take a breath here, inhale. Exhale. Inhale, the knees coming down. Head lifts for cow. Exhale, curl the back towards cat. Press the hips down towards child's pose. Inhale, sweep the nose up, drawing yourself up for cow. Exhale, press back, down dog. Take another inhale here. Exhale completely out. Inhale, bring the knees down, head up, tailbone lifts for cow. Exhale, press back for cat, down to child. Inhale, lift yourself up for cow. Exhale, press back, down dog. Take a deep breath here. Exhale. One more time, bringing the knees down. Inhale, head lifts for cow. Exhale, round the back for cat. Pressing the hips back to child's. Exhale completely. Inhale, bring the nose up for cow. Exhale, press back, down dog. Pausing here for 3 breaths. Go ahead and inhale, the left leg lifts, bend the knee, exhale, draw it in for low lunge. So the right knee comes down. Make sure the left toes are in front of the knee so you have a 90-degree angle. Take a nice inhale to raise up the chest. Maybe bring that right knee back a little bit further. Pause here. And then take another inhale, lift the arms up. Maybe focusing on lifting the heart. You can open up the arms to cactus arms. Breathing here and bringing yourself back a little bit for a back bend. Opening up through the heart center. Take an inhale to lift the arms up. Exhale, bring the hands down to the mat. Pausing here. Having your fingertips lifted so that you can inhale, the heart opens. As you exhale, curl the right toes and straighten the left leg so that your hips come back for a bit of a runner's lunge and come into a flow as you inhale, bending the front leg, opening up the heart center. Exhale, bowing down over that front leg. Inhale, coming forward. Exhale, pressing back. Thinking about drawing that left hip back so that the hips stay squared. Inhale, coming forward. Exhale, rounding down, holding over that front leg, pausing here for a few breaths. Again, thinking about drawing that left hip back so that the hips are squared. Taking a nice deep inhale. Exhale. Then go ahead and inhale, walk your hands forward, bring that left foot back for down dog to meet the right foot. Take 2 breaths here. Inhale, the right foot lifts. Exhale, bend the knee. Bring it up for a low lunge on the other side. So the left knee comes down to the mat. Walk those right toes forward so that they are in front of the knee. So you're at a nice 90-degree angle. Inhale, open up through the heart center, shoulders drawing back. Taking another inhale to sweep the arms up. And then breathe out to sink the hips a little bit lower. Maybe bending the arms for cactus arms, opening up through the heart center, focusing on drawing the shoulders back. Maybe coming into a slight back bend. Continuing to breathe. Inhale, arms can lift. Exhale, bring the arms down. Hands come to the mat. And as you inhale, open up through the heart center, shoulders coming onto the back. Exhale, drawing back, straightening the right leg, bowing over that front leg. And then inhale, walk the hands forward, opening up, coming into a nice flow on this side. Exhale, bowing down. Inhale, coming forward. Exhale, folding over. Inhale, coming forward. And then exhale, releasing back, pausing here for a few breaths. Again, focusing on bringing that right hip back so the hips are squared. And release yourself down over that front leg. Go ahead and inhale, bring your hands forward and release that foot back behind you, coming into a nice tabletop once again, and then bringing your hands forward so that you can melt all the way down to the mat, bringing the belly down, taking hands back beside you, and then bend your right knee, bringing that foot into your hand, and take the left hand in front of you so that the edge of your arm is parallel to the front edge of the mat. And we're just gonna practice opening up through the heart, opening up the chest, taking a few breaths here, and then go ahead and release the right leg. Switch arms, so the left arm comes back, right arm presses down in front of you. Hold on to the left foot with the left hand, pressing the left foot into the left hand. Helps kind of open up the front body. Take a few breaths here. And go ahead and release both legs down. Release all the way down, bring both hands next to you, and then take a breath to bring both knees, bending both of them at the same time, grabbing onto the feet if that's available, and then inhale, kick the feet into the hands, opening up, bringing the shoulders together on the back body, taking a few breaths here. As you exhale, slowly release all of your limbs down to the mat. Take a breath here. Bring hands right under your shoulders. Inhale, press up and back for your down dog. Take an inhale forward for plank. Exhale, press back, down dog. Go ahead and inhale, slowly walk your feet forward. Come into a nice forward fold. Hanging here, maybe grabbing opposite elbows. Allowing the low back to release, maybe swaying side to side. Neck release. Shaking your head yes and no. go ahead and release the hands down. Take an inhale, press the hands to the shins, coming up flat back, shoulders coming back onto the back body. Exhale, release completely, all the way folding forward. And as you inhale, slowly come up to standing. Hands coming up overhead, palms to touch. Exhale, release hands down to the heart center. From here, take another deep inhale, arms coming up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, folding forward. Releasing all the air out, and then slowly inhale, coming up. Palms to touch at the top. Exhale, release hands down to heart center. One last time, inhale, arms lifting, palms to touch. Exhale, swan dive forward, palms to touch. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, slowly lift, arms up overhead. Exhale, palms down to heart center. Very nice. We're going to come into our dancer pose. So rooting down through the left foot, focusing your gaze on one point. Slowly bending the right knee, bringing it into the right hand, maybe taking the left hand up overhead. And as you kick the right hand into the right foot into the right hand, feel yourself folding forward, left hand coming down. Taking a deep inhale. Breathing as you feel the balance of the foot and the hand reaching out. And then go ahead and inhale, coming up, releasing the foot down. And then switching to the other side. Possibly taking a flow here if you want to take a nice inhale, arms up. Exhale, release yourself down. Inhale to halfway lift. Exhale, connect the palms, come back to plank. And then exhale all the way down to the mat. Inhale up for cobra or upward facing dog. Curl the toes under, press back, down dog. Just take 3 breaths here. And on your next inhale, you can walk yourself up. Come into a halfway lift. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, slowly lift up. Arms coming up overhead, palms to touch. Exhale, bring hands down to heart center. And then taking yourself to dancer on the other side, pressing through that right foot. And then taking your left foot into the left hand. Maybe bringing the right hand up overhead. And as you kick into the left hand with your left foot, start to fold forward, bringing that right hand down. Just breathe. Go ahead and inhale. Bring yourself up. Exhale, release the leg, release the hand. Taking another vinyasa flow to kind of shake it off. Inhale, head, arms coming up overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale to halfway lift. Exhale, come back for plank. Inhale, toes up on toes. Exhale, bring the elbows in. Chaturanga, all the way to the mat. Feet come flat. Inhale, up for down dog, up for dog. And then exhale, press back, down dog. Taking 3 breaths here. Yourself back for a child's pose. Make this a restful child's pose with your elbows coming down, palms resting, or taking forearms and releasing your forehead onto the forearms. After about 3 breaths, you can inhale and come up forward. Okay. And then go ahead and bring your hips back towards your heels. Bring your legs out in front of you. Bend your knees. And we're going to come into boat pose. So make sure that you're at the center of your mat. And inhale, slowly lift the right foot. And then maybe lift the left foot to meet the right. Maybe bring both arms up, keeping that heart lifted, chest open. Taking a few breaths here. And then as you exhale, slowly come down all the way to the mat. And then bend your knees, bringing the feet to the mat and a little bit closer to your body so that your fingertips can almost touch your heels. We're going to come into a bridge pose. So pressing through the bottoms of the feet, pressing down through the hand palms. Inhale, the hips come up, releasing the glutes, engaging the quads, the legs, maybe walking the shoulders together, bringing a clasp beneath you. With the hands, inhale, the hips can come a little bit higher, keeping the throat open, heart lifted, shoulders together, hands clasped. Take a few more breaths here, ensuring that the air can flow freely into the belly. Go ahead and release the clasp, walk the shoulders apart, and exhale to release the hips all the way down. And if you'd like to, you can practice full wheel if that's in your practice, or you can come up for bridge again. If you would like to practice full wheel, you can take your hands right beside your ears and then press through the feet just as you did before. Press through the hands, maybe first come up on the top of your head and then pop up, or press all the way up. After taking a few breaths, you can exhale and release down all the way to the mat, bringing feet nice and wide, knees together. Come into a few windshield wipers, so exhale to release the knees over to one side. Pausing here for a few breaths. Really feeling that openness on the side body. Inhale to sweep the knees up. Exhale to release the knees over to the other side. Pausing here for a few breaths. And then just take a few breaths to inhale and exhale over to one side. Kind of massaging that low back. Pause at the center and bring the knees in to give yourself a big hug. And then go ahead and take the legs out, palms facing up. Allow the feet to hang open naturally. Getting ready for Shavasana, the final resting pose as you relax and release all the way into the mat, allowing the integration of your practice to happen during this time. Allow yourself to feel the gratitude for your body and mind. few moments taking your time to wiggle your fingertips and your toes, and taking an inhale to reach the hands up overhead, giving yourself a nice big stretch from head to toe, feet to hands, bending the knees and rolling over onto one side very gently. Resting here. Eyes can be closed or open. Taking your time to release the air out completely before you inhale to lift up into a nice comfortable seat. Coming here for back to your comfortable seat that we were in the beginning. So the hips are nice and rooted down, knees relax, feet rest, the hands come to heart center. Thank you very much for practicing with me. The light in me sees and honors the light in you. Namaste.